What if I told you that the couple once hailed as relationship goals just went full trash tabloid? And no, not the cute kind. We're talking dumpster fire with a side of scandal, betrayal, and something so musty. Even Febreze filed a restraining order. Because Jim Jones. Oh, he's not just clapping back, he's detonating every fairy tale lie Chrissy Lampkin ever tried to spray perfume on. And baby, when he said we fly high, he didn't mean on lies and lace fronts. So, what's got the whole internet holding their noses and clutching their pearls? Let's just say the streets are talking, the blogs are screaming, and somewhere in Harlem, Kamran is allegedly sipping tea with a smirk. Was Chrissy caught in a stinky hotel scandal with a mystery man? Why is Jim using words like toxic, premeditated, and spiritually suffocating? And most importantly, why does this drama smell worse than week-old seafood in a Louis Vuitton tote? Turn off your notifications and grab a snack, because what's about to unfold isn't just drama. It's reality TV, courtroom chaos, and betrayal with a body count. Let's unpack the stink, one messy secret at a time. Let's rewind the tape, shall we? Back to the couple that had Instagram thinking love was real, edges were laid, and loyalty came with a reality TV contract. Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin, the so-called Bonnie and Clyde of Harlem, the blueprint, the bar, the dream. Behind the designer fits and staged surprise proposals was a circus tent barely held together with hair glue and hush money. Because what just exploded on the internet isn't just a breakup, it's a full-blown betrayal that smells. WORSE, then a beauty blender left in a hot car. So how did we get here? Well, it started with a whisper. It's a DM, a blurry hotel hallway clip that was supposedly not that deep until Twitter turned it into a CSI crime scene. Chrissy in stilettos, pacing on a penthouse floor in Miami. Alone, maybe. Nervous. Definitely. Talking to who? Allegedly, a man who ain't Jim. And that's when the hashtag started. Chrissy stinks, stiletto affair, and the fan favorite Jim deserved better. Within hours, a 10-year love story turned into a forensic file. But this wasn't just tea. It was hot motor oil, 'cause right when the video started trending, Jim Jones pulled the trigger on a live podcast and aired Chrissy out like last season's lace front. No metaphors, no subliminals, just straight-up bombs. According to Jim, what the public thought was love was actually a long con dressed in Chanel pearls. He described their relationship as emotionally claustrophobic, mentally draining. And in his words, a scripted trap I never signed up for. Phew! And then came the receipts. Oh yes, baby, this ain't amateur hour. Jim came prepared with texts, timelines, even Excel spreadsheets reportedly created by Chrissy herself, tracking every dime she ever spent on him. Flights, studio sessions, jewelry, even whitening trays for his teeth, all tallied. Saved, all ready to be weaponized. One text allegedly sent during an argument. Read, I spent $82 on 311s at 5:47 a.m. that says I'm not going anywhere. Excuse me? That's not a relationship. That's a ransom demand in spreadsheet format, according to close insiders. You know, it's those anonymous sources who suddenly have the memory of an FBI agent. Chrissy had been plotting her own reality show behind Jim's back, using all the drama as character development. One VH1 exec allegedly passed on the series when Chrissy admitted Jim wouldn't be involved. It's my truth, she said. Translation, I'm the main character and Jim's just the storyline I used to get verified. But the real twist came when Jim said this wasn't new. He had been silenced, manipulated, controlled, and now he was done protecting her. Done playing the devoted fiancé for Instagram. 'Cause, as Jim put it, and I quote, it wasn't love. It was branding. And just when fans thought it couldn't get messier, courtroom whispers started swirling. Because baby, this affair wasn't just personal, it was allegedly criminal Bacau's baby. This affair wasn't just personal, it was allegedly criminal. That's right. Sources close to the situation claim that Chrissy's stiletto rendezvous wasn't just some steamy secret. It triggered an entire investigation that's now threatening to flip the Love and Hip Hop franchise upside down. And guess who walked into the courtroom looking like karma in designer shades? None other than Cam's single quotes, Ron. Now, hold on, before you roll your eyes, this ain't no Dipset cameo. Cam didn't come to play. Showed up like a silent assassin with a file folder marked C+J, confidential, and what was inside. Phew, the kind of paper trail that could make the IRS bite their nails. Offshore accounts allegedly tied to Chrissy. Money wired to consulting firms that don't even exist. Payments labeled empowerment expenses that turned out to be glam squad invoices. Rented designer heels and luxury hotel upgrades. One juror, according to court whispers, had to step outside just to breathe. You can't make this stuff up, except we can, and it's beautiful. But wait, it gets darker. Cam's documents also exposed a shady charity Chrissy supposedly founded during her so-called comeback era. According to leaked financials, nearly $190,000 in donations went missing, rerouted to companies that just happened to be tied to her personal brand. One of the line items, wardrobe for reunion taping. Chilly, not using charity money too. Slay on national TV? That's not empowerment, that's embezzlement in a crop top by this point. Chrissy was reportedly shaking in court like a ring light on a windy rooftop. Her lawyer leaned over, whispering rapid-fire legalese, but Chrissy didn't flinch, didn't blink. Just stared ahead like the main character in a documentary she didn't know was being filmed. And just when everyone thought they'd seen it all, the prosecution hit play on a security video. The grainy footage, Miami. The audio, crystal clear. If Cam talks, we're done. He's got backups. I told Jim to shut it down, but he wouldn't listen. Mic drop. You could hear a pin. Curl. The judge ruled the footage was admissible, and just like that, Chrissy's image, the ride-or-die queen, the girl who waited for the ring, melted faster than a lace front under stage lights. And as the courtroom froze, someone else entered the spotlight. A former VH1 production assistant. Let's call her C. Nervous, shaky voice. But ready? To spill. According to C, Chrissy allegedly bribed producers, paid editors under the table, and threatened to blacklist crew members if footage made her look insecure or aggressive. One time, C claimed Chrissy submitted fake invoices for a script-writing retreat in Turks and Caicos. That was really her birthday party. And yes, C says she was there. It's not for the writing, it's for the cake and the tequila shots, and sitting quietly in the gallery for all of this. Jim Jones. Hood up, arms folded, eyes locked, no smiles, no emotion. Just watching the empire he once built burn. Just watching the empire he once built burn. And burn it did. Because the courtroom hadn't even cooled off from Cameron's financial grenades and the assistant's tequila-fueled truth bombs before the doors swung open again and in walked her. The name Chrissy did not want to hear. Yandi Smith, no backdoor, no whispering, no subtlety. Yandi stormed into that courtroom like she'd been waiting 10 years for this monologue. Hair-laid folder in one hand, Bluetooth in the other, energy. Like a CEO about to buy out her biggest hater. Reporters scrambled, cameras clicked. TikTok live streamers nearly dropped their phones. And Yandi, she just looked dead into the lens and said, "It's time." Her opening line once sworn in. I kept my mouth shut out of respect, but today I speak to survive. Boom, the courtroom leaned in. Even the judge looked up. What followed wasn't testimony, it was scorched earth poetry. Yandi claimed that during the height of Love and Hip Hop, Chrissy allegedly manipulated production to paint herself as a queen while making Yandi the villain. Bribes, scene re-edits, even allegedly. Leaking Yandi's location to her ex just before a reunion taping, all under the guise of narrative control. Surveillance footage was cut. Emotional breakdowns dismissed. And behind it all, Chrissy allegedly pulling the strings like a lace-front mafia boss. And then came the burner phone. Yep, Yandi's legal team produced a literal burner phone, allegedly. used by Chrissy to text secret producers, off-the-record editors, and even pay for silence castmates. Texts included things like, pay her $1,500. Say it's for the wardrobe. Make her sign an NDA. Cut that scene. I told him I'd cry in the next episode. It won't match. By now, Chrissy looked like she was glitching. Her hoodie was up, her eyes down. No lip gloss, no lashes, no lifeline. And then, as if the drama gods weren't done cooking, Jim stood up. He had said nothing all day. Just sat, still, cold. But now, folders in hand. He walked to the front. The judge raised an eyebrow. "Would you like to speak, Mr. Jones?" And with the room dead silent, Jim calmly said, "I just want the record straight. I didn't know." Words, that's all. Chrissy visibly cracked, mouth twitching, hands trembling. She stood, mouthed something inaudible. Jim didn't flinch. Just turned, walked out, and left the entire courtroom gasping. And baby, that moment went viral in real time. TikTok exploded. Reels reposted. Hashtags trended worldwide. Jim knew nothing. Chrissy collapse. Yan Dion filtered. Even Love and Hip Hop's own producers allegedly paused filming the next season to avoid getting subpoenaed. But it didn't stop there. The judge slammed his gavel and made it official. This court finds reasonable. Because to initiate a criminal investigation into allegations of fraud, coercion, and financial misconduct. Chrissy's travel was banned. Business accounts frozen. Empire collapsed. And just when we thought it was over, Mama Jones dropped a trailer. So, was Chrissy building a legacy? Or just producing her own downfall? Drop your wildest theories. In the comments, who's really playing who? Smash that like, hit subscribe, and stay tuned, cause the next leak is getting hotter than this scandal.